Time for the news. So we've got some other like Blizzard news, but I'm going to skip over it for this week because we are on time constraints. And I'm just going to kind of like hone in on a couple stories that we actually need to talk about. And one of them is BlizzCon is committed to bringing back Blizzard is committed to bringing back BlizzCon in 2023 in Anaheim, California. Who else is excited about this? Because I am.
I've never been to BlizzCon, so I really want to go.
Holy shit. Okay, dude. It's literally it for 3 years, like, 2017, 18, 19. It was it was Mel and Aille's like actual yearly vacation. Like it was the thing. And like the first year you get to meet other content creators, and then each year you keep kind of upgrading. You're getting invited to different parties, and it's fucking awesome, dude. Like it is like the coolest thing, and all the panels and stuff that happened. Everybody that goes usually just checks those out, like on the actual pass later, because you're doing so much. You're just getting to network with so many people, and you're getting to meet all these different people.
Force Bob to go to like the voice actor panels, because those are the best. The Overwatch ones, the voice actor Overwatch ones.
Oh my god, I used to watch this because I actually didn't even know that you guys were so big in Overwatch before, which is phenomenal to me. I used to watch those every year. Like I literally built this computer that I'm playing on with no intentions to play WoW again. It was to play Overwatch.
Yeah, that was us too. We were very into Overwatch, and we were into the Overwatch League, and and it was a lot of fun. But I feel like BlizzCon was definitely, at least for us, more about socializing and enjoying seeing people in person and meeting people. But the voice actor Overwatch panel, every time.
Yeah, especially like when we were doing the Overwatch League recap, like getting to know the players was really big, because that's how you could get a bunch of interviews and different, things, like guests and stuff, and like getting to know the casters, and then like, dude, BlizzCon is just like, it's so much fun. Like we're actually going to TwitchCon this year just because we're like, we want something. Like we'll see probably a lot of the people we see there, but I don't think it's gonna hold a candle to BlizzCon. BlizzCon is amazing, and I'm sorry you haven't gotten to go. Oh my god, Ayle, have you been?
Yeah, I've been quite a few times actually. I think maybe 3 times. Most recently was the last one they had right before the pandemic, which was great. Got to meet Josh and a bunch of other people, and then before that I went back in 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
you were too cool for us, apparently, Ayle.
What's crazy is so I wasn't doing the podcast on the 2019 one, but I was super into Classic WoW. I thought I wouldn't be into it at all. I thought I would get to like level 40 and get a mount and be like, oh, this was a great, memory lane. But little did I know, like, I was upset because I had just got a 2-hander and I wanted to do BGs. Like, this was when Molten Core was out, and I was like, oh shit, we're gonna be gone for like 6 days. I'm not gonna get to try out that new what's that stupid sword from? It drops from a few different people, but it's in Molten Core.
Obsidian Edge Blade.
Yes, I got the Obsidian Edge Blade. I was like, I want to go PvP. And so I was thinking about that the whole time we were gone.
Yeah, so we're there with press passes for Overwatch, right? And Bob, the whole time we're in the press room, is like, hey, that's so-and-so from WoW Classic. And I'm like, we are not here for WoW, Bob. We are here for Overwatch. And he's just like nerding out over here.
Yeah, I like walked up to Tips Out, and I think he was like a little like, I was like, dude, so I do content on Overwatch, but like I love freaking Classic WoW. I'm like freaking out about it. And I got to meet him, and then I got to meet Stay Safe, and I got to meet like a bunch of different ones, and they were all doing the Classic panel at Con Before the Storm. And I had done the Overwatch panel for the 2 years prior to that, but Mel was on the Overwatch panel this time around, and that's where I ran into Stay Safe. And Yeah, like I didn't know a ton of the classic creators at that point. It bums me out because I could have met Ayle, Melderon, Def Camp, Josh, like all like it would have been so cool. But yeah, BlizzCon's awesome, dude. That's basically where we're at.
It was the last year that we went, so we got this hotel, and it was like right outside of the convention. Like the
last year the last year we went, we were at the Marriott. It was the year that I talked right. What's his name into oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Overwatch League player, healer, not last year but the year before, played for Atlanta.
It's relevant.
Oh, okay, what
Dogman?
Yeah. I got Dogman to go wake up another Overwatch podcaster in our room in a Murloc onesie. He's like waking him up and he goes, "Is that Dogman? Are you in my room?" And he's like, "Yeah." I don't know. Dude, crazy stuff happens. It's a really fun time.
That's great.
Yeah, but no, we got this hotel the year before, and we had two of our other Overwatch buddies that came with us, and one was traveling from Japan.
If you were into Overwatch, you probably heard of the Omnic Lab podcast. They were the two guys that did the Omnic Lab podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but epic. They were staying with us, and I got this hotel room, and it was like last minute. I was like, "Hey guys, we could actually get this hotel room, which has 2 bedrooms, and it's just going to be cheaper." And they're like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, "Okay." And we get there, and Bob and I have like the first bedroom, right? And then these 2 guys, we walk into the second bedroom, and there's bunk beds. And I was like, God. "Oh, that's so cute, children. You can have the bunk beds. Who wants the top bunk?"
And so like the main bedroom with the big bed was in like as you walked in the door, and then the bunk bedroom was in the back. And you're thinking this is weird, right? But it's Anaheim. It's right next to Los Angeles Disneyland. So ton of people coming with kids there. So you wouldn't want your kids to be able to sneak out or anything. You'd want to be able to watch them. So it makes complete sense when you think about it in that context. But when we got in the room, we were like, what is this?
I thought it was great.
All right. Well, we've went on a tangent. They're gonna bring it back. Ayle, you have any fun stories for BlizzCon before we move on?
I mean, there's one pretty fun one.
Oh, good.
We were at a party, and it was me and Def Camp and Melderon. I actually have a couple, which is, and this one they had free unlimited drinks, and it was for the people who had press passes to the original one. It is, and I go into the bathroom.
Wait, was it the one where you had free drinks, and then at some point it turned into to just Jack and Coke?
No, that was Overwatch specific.
I don't think it was Overwatch specific because there was a ton of WoW retail people there. It was at a bar that was right above a bowling alley.
I don't remember if it was above a bowling alley.
Was it sponsored by Coke?
I'm pretty sure I conned my way into that party.
Was there a bunch of like Blizzard artwork on the walls and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Was there?
Because they totally like decorated the entire bar restaurant. Might have been that one.
Yeah, it was the Blizzard party, and the Overwatch players, like AKM was pissed because he's like, I can't get in, and I'm a player. Like only Jake and Siegel got into the party out of all of the Overwatch League players. I think it was probably the same party, but sorry.
Yeah, it was press or whatever, right? So I was in there, but like S-Fan was there, and Melderon knows S-Fan, and like we're in the bathroom, and like he comes in, and Melderon's like, "Oh, hey man, how's it going?" Like, and they're having a chat. And he's like, "Oh, this is my buddy," and I made a complete ass out of myself. I was like, "Oh, hey, I killed you like a whole bunch in the beta." And because I kind of was going around ganking him as much as I could, and he was just like, he just didn't know what to say, and like I was just like, oh, this is like awkward bathroom conversation, right? It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
and then
both like peeing like right next to each other, and he's like, all right.
Pretty much, right?
So wait, were you the guy that like there was like 8 urinals, and he's on the far left one, and you went on the one right next to him instead of going to the one all the way on the other side?
Yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, so I killed you a bunch in the beta. Yeah, it went over like a ton of bricks, yeah. And then the other one actually was Mr. GM was there, and I went up to him and I said, "Hey,
also in the bathroom?"
No, this was outside. Okay. And I said, like, "Hey, like, really love your content." And I called him Mad Season, and he got really pissed.
Oh my
But like,
God.
I was super drunk, and that's what I blame it on. And then like after that, like Meldron knows him as well from somewhere, and they were talking, and he like, because I was hanging out with Meldron, I would come up, he would like turn his back to me. He was like pissed. It was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
It's funny, yeah. So
I remember one.
I mean, he should have taken it as a compliment, you know. Like,
one time I was really drunk, and this was like a couple years before WoW Classic even came out. And we were outside of a bar, and this guy was out there, and Bobby asked him something like, "Do you do esports?" And he said, "Yeah, I am a professional WoW PvP player or something." And I was like, "Why?"
yeah.
I was like, "Why don't you do something hard like Overwatch? Why would you do WoW PvP?" Oh my God, he was so mad at me.
Okay, and now, like, I can't think of his name. I mean, oh, you guys know him. He's one of the most famous. It's like a Pokemon spin-off name.
Pikachu, or sorry, Peekaboo.
Yes, yeah. It turned out to be Peekaboo. Like, we saw him, like, you know, years later when we got back into WoW Classic, and we're like, "Hey, it's your buddy." All right, okay.
I have one more really good story.
All right, go.
And that's it was from when I was at the first two back in the day. I actually bumped into Grubby in an elevator, and I said hello to him. He's the the legendary Orc RTS player, right? Warcraft 3. And I bumped into him and said hello. I think he was in the finals the next day or whatever. I wished him luck. He asked me my name, which I told him. And then he wished me good time as well or whatever. And I thought that was interesting. The following year, I bump into him. He remembered my name again.
What?
Yeah, dead serious. That guy is like sharp as a tack. So smart. Incredible memory.
Somebody will tell me their name, and I will tell them my name in return. And by the time I tell them my name in return, I've forgotten what their name was.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know.
Every time.
It must be something he does, or it's just like, to me, I'm like, this guy is like definitely next level, because
yeah,
I literally met him once in an elevator. He asked me my name, I told him, and then fucking remembered it next year. And I was just like, that's incredible. This guy's a legend.
Wow. Maybe he was just so impressed by your beauty. Maybe that's why he remembered your name, and that's why you're so scared to turn on your camera.
Yeah,
you know, you don't want to scare off
that, or he needed a name for a restraining order or something. Maybe, I don't know.
We have a ton of great stories, and unfortunately, lots of them we can't even tell on this podcast. They are just like, they're going to be quiet for forever, just because, you know, it's the rule. But yeah,
stays at Blizz. What happens at BlizzCon stays at BlizzCon sometimes.
Yep. Mel had to get someone very important home one night, and
oh my God,
they almost puked in an Uber.
No I call
names,
an
of course.
Uber. I'm not saying names, but I call an Uber because this guy was like, you could tell like he was like swaying, you know, and I was like, "Hey, you need to get back to the hotel," and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay," so I call an Uber. His freaking Tesla pulls up, and I'm like, I call the freaking economy Uber. What are we doing here, right? And we're sitting in the backseat of this Uber going back to the hotel, which is like 10 minutes, maybe. No, it was probably like a 6-minute drive. And I'm sitting next to him, and he's sitting in the car, and he's like rocking.
Yeah, because me, Blevins, AKM, and AKM's friend all just walked, like, and just let you take the Uber.
I played mom and took the other person home.
Don't say the name.
But he's sitting there in the car, and he's like rocking, and then he's like, and I was like, what are you doing? I was like, do we need to pull over? And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, are you good? Because we're in a Tesla, and I don't really want to pay to get this cleaned up. Like, what's happening? And then so finally we like get probably like 3 blocks from the hotel, and he's like, "Hey man, could you drop me off here?" And the guy's like, "Hey, yeah, man, it's like right down here. We're almost there." And I was like, "Will you stop the car? Like, I need you to stop the car. We are getting out of the car." And we get out. He throws up. We walk back to the hotel, and he starts to walk towards the bar. And I'm like, "Get your butt in that elevator. We're going upstairs. You are going to bed. No. You almost just threw up in a Tesla. We are done."
He's like, "Yeah, it's probably a good idea." Oh man, yeah. So please bring back BlizzCon. We will love it. Thank you very much for checking out Warcraft Reloaded podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future content.